What if everything you know about building habits is a lie? What if the very routines you cling to are slowly killing your potential? Think about Alex. He followed every self-help mantra, ticking off every miracle habit. Yet 5 years later, his dreams remain buried under endless could-have-beens. You're here because you feel stuck. You're tired of promises that never pay off. The pain of regret is real, missing out on the life you deserve. Tonight, I'm ripping apart the myths. By the end, you'll learn why common advice is a trap and discover the one fix you can use in just 60 seconds to reclaim your power. Number 6, the all or nothing mentality. You've heard it. Either go all in or don't even try. That idea burns you out before you start. It's a trap. You believe you must commit 100% or nothing at all. Short bursts of effort are enough. Yet this mentality forces you into extremes. One stumble feels like complete failure. Your self-worth gets tied to every misstep. The pain? It wrecks your confidence and stalls progress. Research, albeit rough stats, shows people who swing between extremes are twice as likely to quit altogether. Imagine a runner who thinks missing one training session means the whole race is lost. That's you, trapped in all or nothing thinking. Instead, do this. Take one small step. Number 5, the overcomplication trap. We overthink. We design systems so complex that starting feels impossible. I need the perfect plan. That's the lie. Every minute wasted planning is a minute stolen from progress. The truth? Perfection is a myth. Data hints that overcomplicators are 72% less likely to maintain routines. You waste time tweaking details, overanalyzing each step. You drown in lists and strategies, never acting on a simple idea. Consider the constant scrolling for the perfect method. That endless search stops you from actually moving forward. Instead, do this. Simplify. Act small. Number 4, the instant gratification gambit. Every day, you fall for quick fixes. You crave that dopamine hit. You celebrate tiny, shallow wins instead of building real lasting habits. But here's the brutal truth. Chasing instant rewards derails growth. Research suggests 83% of people choosing quick fixes lose sight of their long-term goals. You settle for what feels good now. That fleeting high blinds you to the deep, slow burn of true change. Every time you pick a fast fix, you delay genuine progress. Think of it like eating junk food. It tastes good momentarily, but it leaves you empty. Instead, do this. Delay. Focus long-term. Number 3, the comparison conundrum. Every day, you look around and measure your progress against someone else's highlight reel. You scroll through social media, you compare. This constant measuring breeds self-doubt. A study found nearly 65% of people feel inadequate because of unrealistic comparisons. Your pain comes from internalizing someone else's success as your failure. You forget that every victory is personal. Picture Sarah. For years, she recited positive affirmations until she realized they were hollow against the weight of constant comparison. Her breakthrough came when she finally stopped comparing and started celebrating her own wins. Instead, do this. Focus solely on you. If you're starting to see your own habits crumble under these traps, smash that like button right now. It tells the algorithm you hunger for no-nonsense truth. And stick around, the next trap is the one you're probably doing right now. Number 2, the perfectionism paralysis. You want everything perfect. You set impossibly high standards. And then you freeze. Perfectionism convinces you that if it isn't flawless, it isn't worth doing. The harsh truth? Waiting for perfection means waiting forever. Studies, rough estimates, say 90% of breakthrough habits started imperfectly. Every error, every misstep, weighs on your mind. The fear of not being good enough turns small actions into giant obstacles. You're paralyzed by the idea that any mistake is catastrophic. That mindset steals progress, one hesitated moment at a time. Instead, do this. Act now, perfect later. Number 1, the comfort zone. This is the hardest pill to swallow. You lie to yourself. I'm safe here. I'm doing fine. But fine is the enemy of extraordinary. Your comfort zone is a gilded cage. It lulls you into complacency. Data indicates that nearly 80% of people never break free from routines that leave them stagnant. Every day you choose comfort, you forfeit potential. That familiar routine might feel secure, but it's also the biggest barrier to growth. You're scared of failure. You're scared of the unknown. That fear costs you opportunities. Imagine looking back in regret, wondering if you ever truly dared to push forward. Instead, do this. Step out, even if it hurts. The biggest trap? It's not just one habit, it's how you see yourself. you still see yourself as someone incapable of real change. That self-image is the silent saboteur. It whispers, "You're not enough." It convinces you that small efforts won't matter. But here's the truth. Every minute you delay, every excuse you cling to, you're trading your future for regret. Tonight, break that cycle. Before bed, do these 3 things. 1. Write down one small win you achieved today. 2. Pick one area where you'll take a tiny risk tomorrow. 3. Promise yourself, in writing, that you'll take one brave step no matter what. These are not grand gestures, they're the seeds of transformation. If you want the exact blueprint that flipped my life, hit subscribe and tap that bell. I'll send you a free PDF loaded with the raw, no-bull blueprint to break free from these traps. They told you waking up at 5 a.m. is the key to success. But what if it's actually ruining your life? We're exposing the truth about the 5 a.m. myth and revealing how to wake up early without the burnout. Watch now before you waste another morning on bad advice. Subscribe now for more truth bombs.